Welcome to Tibet This Week, where we bring you a weekly news edition on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tibet and Central Tibetan Administration. Let us look at the headlines first. Mercury International awards His Holiness the Dalai Lama for peace and sustainability. His Holiness the Dalai Lama expresses sadness over Myanmar earthquake. His Holiness the Dalai Lama attends offering of long life prayer by Drukpa Kagyu. Member of the Parliaments from Germany and Scotland visits Central Tibetan Administration. 3 UN Special Rapporteurs express concerns over the arrest and detention of Tibetan environmentalist Tsering. 9th session of the Tibetan Parliament-in-Exile concludes, elects new Justice Commissioners and Auditor General. Sikyong Penpa sends birthday wishes to Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi. Sikyong Penpa congratulates Mark Joseph Carney on his inauguration. UK Parliament celebrates Tibetan Losar. All-Party Indian Parliamentary Forum for Tibet and Core Group for Tibetan Cause, India hold meeting on Tibet advocacy. Japan-Tibet Support Group conducts annual meeting. On Monday this week, Nicholas D. Santis, President and Secretary General, and members of the Gold Mercury International presented the Gold Mercury Award for Peace to His Holiness the Dalai Lama in recognition of his lifelong commitment to peace, compassion, education and human rights at his residence in Dharamsala. During the presentation of the award at a private ceremony, His Holiness emphasized on the role of a mother in cultivating compassion in one's heart and the need to extend that affection and compassion for all sentient beings.
Our life began from mother's womb. We already equipped compassion, affection. Mother's affection, without that, we can't survive. So, as soon as we're born, mother pay most important attention. And ourselves also. So wrong, mother there, you have the feeling, I can cry. Without a mother, then truly helpless. So, therefore, we usually used to say, all sentient being is our mother sentient being.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama has expressed deep sadness about the devastating earthquake that has struck Myanmar, costing many lives and several more injured. In his message, His Holiness offered condolences and prayers to the ones affected by this tragedy in Myanmar and the neighboring countries. He expressed that it is heartening to know that in addition to UN agencies, countries such as India are sending humanitarian aid to the earthquake zones. As a token of solidarity, His Holiness has also offered donation towards rescue and relief efforts. On Wednesday this week, His Holiness the Dalai Lama attended the long life prayer offered by Drukpa Kagyu. Tukse Rinpoche presided over the ceremony among a gathering of an estimated 5,000 people. His Holiness, while addressing the gathering, said that overcoming obstacles isn't necessarily about external matter. If one is able to take into account the practice of bodhicitta and emptiness, whatever difficulties one faces, they won't feel discouraged or despondent. Their heart will be filled with joy. 3 UN Special Rapporteurs, Special Rapporteur on the Situation of Human Rights Defenders, Special Rapporteur on the Human Rights to a Clean, Healthy and Sustainable Environment, and Special Rapporteur on the Promotion and Protection of Rights to Freedom of Opinion and Expression, released a joint communication to raise concerns over the summoning and questioning of Tibetan environmental activist Tsering, as well as his subsequent detention due to his activism against sand mining in and around his hometown, Ngapa Prefecture. On 28 October of last year, the Kyungshu County People's Court sentenced Tsongon to 8 months of imprisonment on charges of disrupting social order. His current whereabouts are unclear and his social media accounts have been deleted. According to the communication, Tsering is a 29-year-old environmental human rights defender who has often led online campaigns advocating for the importance of environmental preservation and is a member of the Environment Protection Group, a volunteer-driven initiative with around 50 members who volunteered to clean their local environment. He was arrested after protesting against sand extraction by the Anhui Xianhe Construction Engineering Company Limited. The construction company's activities were directly related to road construction and reportedly caused severe environmental damage, harming local rivers and posing risk to residential areas. Tsongon was initially interrogated from 15 to 17 October 2024 after he shared a video online about the environmental damage caused by the construction company. He was then held incommunicado from 18 to 27 October, after which his family was informed that he would face trial. The special rapporteurs expressed concern that the requirement for all court attendees to submit identification information in advance might prevent public monitoring of the trial process. Chaired by Speaker Khembosnam Tempe, the 13-day budget session of the 17th Tibetan Parliament-in-Exile successfully concluded this Monday with key legislative amendments, resolutions and election of a Chief Justice Commissioner, 2 Justice Commissioners and an Auditor General. Over 3.3 billion rupees was authorized for proposed expenditures in the annual budget. New Chief Justice Commissioner Yishu Wangmo took oath of office today in front of the Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament-in-Exile. Yishu Wangmo becomes the first woman to be elected as Chief Justice Commissioner since the inception of Tibetan Supreme Justice Commission in 1992. The elected Justice Commissioners Dawa Pyungki, former Kalyan Phakpat Tsering, and elected Auditor General Tashithopke will take their oath of office in the days to come. On Wednesday this week, 2 separate delegations from Germany and Scotland comprising of members of parliament from the 2 countries visited Dharamsala to seek an audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama and meet the leadership of the Central Tibetan Administration. The delegations were led by Member of Parliament Michael Brandt, a member of the German Parliament, and Member of Parliament Ross John Greer from Scottish Parliament, along with Kai Müller, Executive Director of the International Campaign for Tibet, Germany. On behalf of the Central Tibetan Administration and the Tibetan people, Sikyong Penpa penned a congratulatory letter to Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi on her 85th birthday to extend sincere well wishes and express gratitude for her steadfast support of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Tibetans. Sikyong Penpa also extended his heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency Mark Joseph Carney on his appointment as the 24th Prime Minister of Canada on behalf of the Central Tibetan Administration and the Tibetan people. While expressing gratitude, Sikyong mentioned how Canada played a significant role in facilitating resettlement of Tibetan refugees, continues to establish a positive setting to preserve Tibetan language, culture, religion, and a safe space to participate in political sphere. The All-Party Parliamentary Group on Tibet hosted the Tibetan New Year celebrations at the Churchill Room, UK Parliament this Monday, the same day His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama was honoured with the Gold Mercury International Award 2025 for outstanding leadership in peace, compassion and environmental stewardship. As the host for the event, Chris Law, MP, chair of the APPG Tibet, informed about the re-establishment of All-Party Parliamentary Group on Tibet and expressed his hope to continue raising Tibet through this group in Westminster. Climate Minister and Member of Parliament for Bristol East, the Right Honourable Kerry McCarthy, Sarah Champion, Jessica Morden, Alex Sobel, all from the Labour Party, and Pete Wishart, SNP, and Vera Hophouse, Liberal Democrats, also attended the celebration. On Tuesday last week, a preliminary meeting of the All-Party Indian Parliamentary Forum for Tibet and the Core Group for Tibetan Cause, India, facilitated by the India-Tibet Coordination Office, was held at the Constitution Club of India, chaired by senior MP Shri Bhartrhari Mehtab and attended by several esteemed members of the Parliament and Jingme Jungne, representative of the Bureau of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, New Delhi. The meeting focused on strengthening parliamentary advocacy for Tibet and raising public awareness among Indian masses while addressing challenges faced by Tibetan community in India. Concerns were raised regarding the lack of recognition of Tibetan identity certificates by immigration officers, causing travel difficulties for Tibetans. The meeting concluded with a resolution to hold a follow-up session to finalize action plans for Tibet-related advocacy and awareness programs. The Tibet Support Group in Japan held its annual meeting online on March 29, jointly organized by Safe Tibet Network, Tibet House Japan, and the Tibetan community in Japan. Makino Seishu, chairman of the Safe Tibet Network, in his welcome address briefed the participants of his long association with the Tibet issue and said the democratization of China is an important factor in resolving many issues related to the Chinese aggression in Asia and around the world. Kama Ching, Secretary of the Department of Information and International Relations, Central Tibetan Administration, lawmaker Yamada Hiroshi, Incumbent Secretary of the Japan Parliamentary Support Group for Tibet, Dr. Tsering, representative of the liaison office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama for Japan and East Asia, were also present at the meeting. That is all for this week's news edition. I will see you next time.